Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, and yeah, we're in Tailfeather with our party of Krile, Stoller, and Alphinaud. We had forests like these on the Isle of Val. My grandfather and I used to go for walks when I could pry him away from his work. It was the least I could do for him, considering everything he has done for me, taking me in when I was an orphan, raising me as his own and giving me a name. You didn't think my parents named me Krile by Decian, did you? Baldessian. Remember, she is one of the students of Baldessian, so she is his adopted granddaughter. Thancred may be a capable warrior, but he was wounded when last I saw him. If any beasts were nearby when he emerged from the life screen, he would have been hard-pressed to repel them. Were I to find myself in unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Yet even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Krile. I've already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. This is impressive. You drew him from memory? A skill I acquired some years ago, for reasons I no longer remember. I propose we split into two pairs. Stoller and I will inquire at the outlying encampments where Serenia and Krile question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Los Astvad and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyway, we had best get started. Find me when you've finished making your rounds. Searching for a friend of yours? Let's have a look then. No, ain't seen him around. Sorry. What's that you got there? A sketch? Oh, can't say I know the face. You say something of a warrior? I heard a tale the other day about a Haruan vagabond who brought down a bandersnatch by himself, and with style. Way they tell it, he was dancing with a beast like it was a bell of a bleeding ball. Sounds like a man? Yeah, that sounds like it could be Thancred. How are you? Human man. We're not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific? Yeah, maybe this helps. I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That, and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. That, on the other hand, does not sound like Thancred. So, Krile, found something out? Finished? In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what we others have found. My apologies for our late arrival. We thought it wise to question as many hunters as we could. Many had made camp in inaccessible locations, ideal for hunting game, not so for receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable hero and hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though none chanced to see the man's face, his height and build matches Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. So you have heard the same tales. Be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I had a curious tale regarding a Vard trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. Are you implying Thancred sent a Vard to market instead? Why would he not go himself? Well, as you recall, you yourself emerged from the livestream as naked as your name day. A scene I shall never forget. I don't know. Careful with your choice of words. Is it now? Yes, exactly. Ishtola, just take it as a compliment, please. Well, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in a similar predicament. In any case, if he had dealings with a Vard, they should be able to tell us, no? Quite right, Krile. Quite right. Okay. Alright, I actually have to trigger the next step of the quest. A little slow, a little late. Well, what are you waiting for? Yeah, but what I wanted to know, I wanted to go already. For all we know, Thancred could be waiting for us in XIV. We must go and see the Vard right away. Come along, everyone. Come along. Ah. Wonder if Ishtola would have commented, what Alvino said with her being naked, coming out of a live stream naked. Great hunters. We welcome you once more in Loth Astvarth. What do you seek this day? We seek a man with whom we are told you may have had certain dealings. How curious. The hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey? No, he's not prey, but a friend long missing. Good. He's a friend to the Ward as well, one with whom we had traded many times. Truly? Are you quite certain it was this man? There is no doubt. The fleshling clothed in skins came to us from Som Al, lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was. Much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Loth Astvarth not long ago. When he heard that one might had summoned our god once more. Ravana is returned? A video of me did say that Nath had grown as before. But what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay with kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrades' side. Oh, go, great hunters, lest the Nath claim his sacrifice. Okay. What? Right behind me.
Who else could be? Thancred! It could be Thancred! We must hurry!
But it's not Thancred. None of them is. Huh, he too.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not. So you are the warrior of light, the savior of Eorzea. It's a wonder you didn't come sooner. What with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
They all held their heads as if they had the vision.
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
That looks like Thancred.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt. But so be it.
Hey. First, it was a surprise attack of you, so you have no right to complain. Second, he just evened the numbers.
Mark well our faces, warrior of light. For we are the warriors of darkness. Walkers of a different path. And we shall meet again.
Warriors of Darkness.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Apparently.
Thancred, are you all right?
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Agreed. You okay, Krile? The vision caught me unawares and I was unprepared for their attack, but I could hear the colony chattering all around us. They were so loud. So unbearably loud. Right, she can sense the voices of all intelligent creatures. She said that. Wrong button. I wanted... Oh? I like his look. has grown out a bit, right?
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
That's Thancred. It was very fitting for him.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Hey, look, a beard. Well, a shadow of a beard.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the all-together.
Conveniently placed, what is it? Mice, squirrel, chipmunk, something? Animal.
Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
Yep.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed Warriors of Darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the Warrior of Light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
So that true? And yes, that was an Ascian.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
I know what you're thinking, but really you needn't worry. It will only lend credence to my tales of heroism. Besides, battle scars are to maidens what loose morals are to gentlemen. A definite bonus. It would seem the mystery of the axe reading here has been laid to rest. I should have known better than to think Thancred would ever stoop to using an inelegant weapon. But then, how was I to know there was not one vagabond wandering the Chocobo Forest, but two? He knew us. He knew you. Did he walk in our memories as we walked in his? That's what I think. He seemed to react like that at least. Blessed with the power of the Echo and driven to put down primals. Despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely you would have heard rumors and attempt to recruit them to our cause? Yeah, where did they come from? I recall no such adventurers, and I would not soon forget their like. Nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how Ida and Papalimo found Serenia, all the way back at level 5 originally, I believe. Ah, the memories. It seems only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression that it was not the first time that band of merry men and women had killed a god. I labor to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers has been traveling the land slaying primals without our knowledge. It would imply gross negligence on our part. Speculation will avail us not. There's far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Sir Emeric's invitation. Since you seem to have your affairs here well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinking headache. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance with the search for Minfilia. Wait, Minfilia is missing? I thought she escaped with Serenia. I shall explain on the way. Much has happened in your absence. I think I end this episode here. Next time we go to Vidofnir, okay? Until then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.